Hey guys, welcome. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, I'm Christine. I'm owner and content creator of bloomingbrilliant.net, where I share educational resources, parenting advice, and of course, information about homeschooling. I'm a homeschool mom of two. I homeschool my daughter who is 13 and my son who is 9 right here in Brooklyn, New York, and I love to share our homeschooling journey with you. If you're new here and you're interested in homeschooling, make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you're alerted when we post new videos. So today we're going to talk about what the hardest part of homeschooling is, and let's get into it. So I believe that everybody can homeschool. I don't think everybody should homeschool, but I do believe everybody can do it. And that doesn't mean that it is easy in any way. There are so many elements that does make it challenging, and that's what we're going to talk about today. One of the hardest things when it comes to homeschooling is seeing your kids struggle. Now, our kids are intelligent and brilliant and fantastic, wonderful human beings. But there are moments, no matter how intelligent, no matter how amazing, no matter how wonderful they struggle. And it might not even be with academic stuff. It could be with emotions. It could be with, friendships. It could be with anything. And watching them struggle and at points not being able to do anything, like maybe it's not like it's your place to like take a step back and have to do that. Like you have to take a step back, or you have to be super strict to the point that you're like, no, I can't help you with this. You have to do it on your own, and you have to be consistent with that in order for them to grow and learn. And that is just a hard thing as a parent, because this is not, I don't feel like it's strictly for homeschooling. It's for parenting in general. Like, it's the hardest thing to watch your kids struggle. You know that you could probably help them, but you need to take a step back and let them work through it in order to grow and learn and become who they need to be and learn from that experience. It's so hard. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've been struggling with lately in our homeschool. But let's talk about other challenges you may face. If you're homeschooling more than one child, you are bound to have sibling rivalry, sibling bickering, sibling wanting to kill fellow sibling. It's just bound to happen. And it is infuriating because you're busy, you're helping one kid, the other kid's, working, but like annoying, like pushing those buttons of the other kid, and they start bickering, and you're like, I just want to get this lesson done. I need you guys to focus. And they're just sitting there arguing and fighting and driving you insane, and you're just like, I need a moment. I need a moment away from you children. Stop bickering. Another challenge that I came up with when it comes to homeschooling that I was just talking to my daughter about, because our pediatrician recently retired and I'm on the lookout for a new pediatrician. And I said, well, I need to make sure that my pediatrician, whoever I choose, is kind of like, not closed off to the idea of homeschooling. Because if they are, that's going to make my job a lot harder. They will quiz my kids. They will double ask me like what I think about, how they're doing. And it can be complicated. Actually, I know that my daughter has a blood disorder. And I know that her doctors for the blood disorder weren't too thrilled by the idea of me homeschooling, because they would ask all roundabout snarky questions about it, and I'm like, but they were good doctors, so I let it slide. And they're not someone that I had to see regularly. However, my pediatrician, I want to make sure is like on board. So it's important so that we're all on the same page, and I don't feel like I have to fight against something like their preconceived notions when it comes to homeschooling. I don't want that to be an issue. Another thing that I think many homeschoolers struggle with is feeling like our kids are put onto a stage and that they have to prove that this homeschooling thing is a valid choice, because a lot of times our extended families, especially the older people in our extended families, don't understand this homeschooling thing. And so they have a lot of questions and they want to make sure our kids are doing the learning, and they might quiz them, and it feels very like overwhelming. especially if your kid struggles and maybe isn't where they should be academically. That might make you feel like you're failing, and then that works on that whole mindset thing. That's why I'm very much into the mindset and focusing on, look, we don't have to prove ourselves to anyone. We are doing the best we can, and we are growing at our own pace, and that's that. I think another thing that we all forget when it comes to, like, if you feel like your kid, or you see that your kid isn't hitting their milestones as they should, that the milestones, like, for grade levels is like level. But that's not the case. Your kid might be a little bit behind in math or writing, but might be doing really great in reading and science or whatever. It's not like a one fits all. Like grade 6 is not just, they have to be perfect in grade 6 because they're in grade 6. They might be at a grade 6 math level and at a grade 5 writing level. Who knows, That's okay. Yeah, it's totally normal for you to be at various stages, even though you are grade whatever, That's what a benefit is from homeschooling, is that you can reach whatever level they are and make them as, competent as possible and take as much time as needed, and don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. I think sometimes homeschooling can also feel really isolating, especially if you don't have a support group around you. There are tons of support groups on Facebook and on the internet, and even in person, like with homeschool co-ops and stuff. And now I think with homeschool becoming more mainstream as it is, I think that some of the hardships that I've mentioned today are less, and I think more support is available. But these are just some of the things that I know I have struggled with in the past and recently when it comes to homeschooling. Feeling like you're alone, feeling like everything is upon you as the homeschooling parent is definitely real. You feel a lot of pressure, and you just have to make sure that your mindset is really good. You need to work on that, because if you don't, you will fall into like feelings of you're not capable or that you aren't enough to. So as I said, these are just a couple of things that I have struggled with when it comes to homeschooling, and I would love to know what your struggles are. So if you have been struggling in your homeschool and you want to share what they are, put them in the comments below. We can chat about them. And if you have any other comments or questions, you can put them in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you think somebody else can benefit from this video, please share. And I'll see you tomorrow with another video. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you then.